your kid is such a high achiever, a topper, someone like a student of their material, good in science, technology, computers, economics, very good at sports, and even if he isn't good, he invents a new sport by himself and becomes good at it. He's the class representative, he's the class leader. People just look up to him. Basically, he's the center of attraction in the school. I can see how happy you are, but want to tell you some harsh things about your kid as well. Because as a parent, you got to know that your kid may be the star of the school, but he bullies other kids. He goes on to meddle with others' affairs. Somebody fights somebody else, and I don't know why your kid pokes nose on it. He spends your hard-earned money on funding those fights. In recent times also, sir, he's been wasting a lot of our money. Yeah, I heard about that. He's been on debt, and sorry to say this, people have trust issues. But all I can say is nothing much to worry. Just ask him to focus on himself, and he'll be great again. I'm staggered looking at your kid's growth. He was a nothing a few years ago, but today, be it studies, sports, cultural events, extracurricular activities, he just excels in every little thing. He is very good in manufacturing, making things. All fine, but we receive too many complaints about it. He just randomly goes onto others' benches, writes his name there, and starts claiming that it is his. What is this behavior? He also, like the other topper, gets jealous if somebody starts rising above their ranks. It's not a good behavior. Sorry to say this. He's being a very troublesome kid, especially the one who sits next to him. And also we get complaints that he copies a lot, which is totally unacceptable. I'm telling you, he's an achiever. He can do even more greater things, but needs to behave well with his fellow kids. Does he listen to you at home? Not at all, sir. I knew it. This is the behavior of a kid that doesn't listen to his parents. Your kid was a topper long back, but not anymore. But he's on his way. Because he's been fighting with his neighbor kid since a long time, he's been isolated by a large group of students. Despite their isolation, he's still been performing really well. Thanks to one of his old-time friend and the enemy of that old-time friend, he's not been made to feel lonely. The kids who have isolated him have been literally shocked looking at his performance. The rest all, he's good in sports, very modern guy, very good at cyber security. And also, please ask him to stop his fight with his neighbor, please. And also ask him to resolve all the issues with the class topper as early as possible. Oh, wait. I don't think so it's possible. Yeah. Does he listen to you at home? That. Very well. I know your kid really had a troubled past, but glad that hasn't stopped him holding on to his roots. He's got great potential. He's very good in computers, was really good in maths, economics. Good going, great growth, but still a long way to go. He has lots to improve. Ask him to keep that vision and work towards it. He'd definitely get better. And coming to sports, he's improving in recent times, but still bad overall. You need to encourage sports, not just cricket. You need to encourage every sport. Come on. You need to encourage your kid to take part in sports. Be a modern parent. And the lunch he brings is so tasty. I definitely have to tell this. Such huge variety. Literally the entire class loves it. Superb. And I'm shocked he's friends with two bitter enemies. He balances relationships so well. But please ask him to change his place. His surrounding isn't good. Wait, sorry, you can't change geography. Yeah. An old topper, topped school by looting, topped school by stealing notes of other kids. Now he's doing well, not bad, but not as good as before, because he was one of the best long ago. I still remember he had that obsession that he'll civilize, obsession that he'll teach manners to others as if they don't know that. If you ask anything, he used to call that it's a white man, he used to call that it was his own burden. If it's a burden, why do that? Who even asked him? Anyways, his overall performance is good, no problem with that. He's good in sports again because he's the one who invented half of all of them. And these days, he's not doing the right things. For example, when other kids take a right turn, he takes a left turn. Why is that? Rest apart, his academic performance is good as usual, but ask him to do the right thing. Please don't tell that my kid is going in the wrong direction. He's going in the right direction, even though he's not taking a right turn. You remember we told that your kid was a rogue towards his classmates once upon a time. He had just gone mad, going on a rampage against his own classmates. He used to fight a lot. But then he learnt a harsh lesson from there, and from there, there's no turning back. He's transformed to become one of the best in school thanks to his hard work. In fact, he's very famous. He's very well known for his hard work. We all keep discussing how hardworking he is and Why can't other kids work hard like him? Although he works hard, sometimes he works too hard. By working too hard, he's straining his body a lot. It's affecting his health very much. And he started to age very badly because of this. Please advise him to take care of his health. He's an asset for us. He has such great helping nature. In fact, he's so rooted to his culture, and we all love his culture, especially the one respecting the food he eats. Something everybody should learn. All the best for him. We are actually planning to give him a TC. We don't want your kid anymore. Sir, what happened? What hasn't happened with your kid in the school has become a total nuisance whenever he sits, always troubling the other kids. His concentration is not at all on studies. His concentration is all on how to cause trouble in the class, and especially the ones sitting around him, trying to disturb them and getting beaten in the lunch break, and then coming and complaining as if they were the ones who started it. A big headache for the teachers. Please take him away. By the way, does he listen to you at home?
Actually, sir, he has an uncle. He's from the military. He never allows him to listen to us.
Oh, that is the problem. But please try to keep him away. Only then he can prosper.
Actually, we have some issues within the family.
And what is this habit of not bringing pens and books and literally borrowing? I mean, not even borrowing, literally begging from others. What is this habit of begging? But I just want to tell one thing. We can't help that. You have to allow him to concentrate on studies, or else the naughtiest kid in the class never ever listens to the teachers. Always causing trouble in the class.
Like how, sir?
Like how? Your kid makes paper rockets and keeps throwing at other kids. If the teacher asks it, he throws chalk pieces on them. Looks like he wants to win the naughtiest of the year award. Very, very troublesome kid. The class leader literally hates him. And he literally hates his brother, who has been doing much, much better than him.
But how about his brother, sir?
Oh, he's so sweet, right? Totally opposite to his brother. The entire school loves his K-dramas. I mean, his skits and songs. Handsome boy, he's good in co-curricular activities, and your kid has great talent in electronics. He's very much interested in that. Make him an electronics engineer. He's going to be the star in that field. He's good in sports, and especially archery. I mean, he just literally hits the bull's eye each time. Also, he's been given birth to do that exactly. But why the obsession with plastic surgery? What is the necessity for that when he himself is good looking? Other kids are getting spoiled because of this. There are some complaints about him that he's doing racism, but apart from that, overall, he's been doing very well in studies. All the best. I'm telling you, every kid aspires to become like a kid because he's a rich guy, he lives a lavish life. He comes in big luxury cars. He doesn't have to work hard. Yeah, of course, because I know how privileged he is. But still works hard a bit. Whatever he has to do, he's been doing that. Right? Although he's got a lot of money, he spends it the right way. He's almost good friends with all the kids. Well behaved, and your family is into the oil business, right? Yeah, rich. Oil business going on. And yeah, that is why our class monitor loves him. Somehow the class monitor goes on to make good friends with the kids whose families are into oil business. And that is why your kid has a good friend in. All the best. Proud of my kid, proud of. Years ago, do you remember your kid picked up the biggest fight of his school? Massive fight. I know he was insulted. He wanted to avenge for the insult. But why was he insulted? He himself was the reason for that insult. But actually, that was a great lesson for the entire school. What would happen if there is such a fight that happens once? Anyways, that's past. Let's come back to the present. Your kid has just moved on from there a long time, and he's now one of the top scorers. He's a very bright student. He has so much interest in cars, so passionate about mechanical. He can be a great mechanic.
No.
He's gonna be the next big thing in this field. That's sure. Don't worry, he's already the big thing. I mean, people look up to him when it comes to mechanical or automobile.
Then fine.
And the thing I want to tell is, he doesn't get involved in silly fights. That's something I learned from him. He just goes on to mind his own business. I mean, one thing I want to tell is, your kid that easily doesn't mingle with people. That is something that you should worry, because at the end of the day, you got to have friends, right? The kind of friends you pick defines you. People have always complained, not that easy to be friends with German kid. Yeah, it's fine. All the best, kid. Your kid is an above average in studies. decent in sports, but his friends are just wow in sports. So tough to beat them in marathon. They're so good at running. Your kid also does well in sports.
Cricket?
Cricket. I mean, he's got such amazing talent in cricket. He performs well also, but I don't know what happens to him when it's a knockout match. He literally starts shivering.
Oh,
Something that he has to improve upon. And your kid falls sick often and misses many classes. Although attendance is better than his neighbors, I mean, they fall sick much more frequently than him. And please ask him to take care of his health and attend classes on time. And I want to tell another thing, and him and the kids that sit around him, they're such fun characters, such great entertainers. Ask him to stay that way, okay, and not get too carried away in entertaining people. So that might just affect his studies. And also sometimes kid has thrown racial slurs. That is something that needs to be avoided. I know the kind of history that you have related to racism. Please ask him to not indulge in such racial discrimination slurs, okay? And that's not good. And overall, his scores are fine, but needs more and can definitely do better. And all the best. We know what's coming this year. Thank you.